Hello, hi, welcome to another episode of TG School of Mathematics. I hope you enjoy my class, and this class is a continuation of the previous lesson. So, we are going to do questions from this booklet issued by Department of Education, Eastern Cape. So try to get a booklet like this, or you can download from the description box. There is a link in the description box to get the questions that we are going to do in these lessons. So first, before you watch this lesson, first you download that question paper, then that question paper must be in front of you before you watch this lesson. Okay, it is very important. Okay, so when I'm telling you to read the question, you have to read the question from your question paper. Okay, so let's start these classes. I hope you will enjoy this class, and those who are watching my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and if you like my lessons, please click the like button and share with your friends or relatives. Okay, thank you very much. Let's start. Okay, question number 2.1. Given the following geometric sequence 30 10, so it is given that this one is a geometric sequence and it is 30 10 10 over 3 etc. So it is given in the question that this one is a geometric sequence. You know, if it is a geometric sequence, there is a common ratio. So here, what is a common ratio? How can you find the common ratio? You know that, you are grade 12 students. So it is T2 divided by T1, or T3 divided by T2. So what is T2 divided by T1? 30 divided by, sorry, T2 divided by T1. So it is 10 divided by 10 over 30. That means 1 over 3. Or 10 over 3 divided by 10. So if you check in your calculator, there also you will get the answer as 1 over 3. So it means that the common ratio in this given sequence is 1 over 3. Okay. Now, what is the first question? Determine n. You have to find the value of n. Okay. If the nth term of the sequence is equal to 10 over 729. If the nth term of the sequence is equal to, so in a geometric sequence, what is the formula to find the nth term? In a geometric sequence, what is the formula to find the nth term? Tn is equal to a into r raised to n minus 1. This is the formula. Do you remember this formula? This is the formula to find the nth term of a geometric sequence. Okay. So here we have to find the value of n. And what is given in the question? If the nth term of the sequence is equal to excuse me, 10 over 729. So now, what is the value of a here? It's 30. What is the value of r? A stands for the first term. First term in this sequence is 30. What is r? We already got the value of r as 1 over 3. And what is Tn? The nth term, or T, the last term. So it is directly given in this question that the nth term is 10 over 729 is equal to, look at this one, the nth term of the sequence is given. That means the value of Tn is given. What is that one? 10 over 729. Okay, is equal to, now we can substitute the values. A, first term, that is 30 into r. What is the value of r? 1 over 3 raised to n minus 1. We have to find the value of n. Am I right? That is a question. Look at the question once more. Determine n if the nth term of the sequence is 10 over 729. That means you have to find the value of this n. So from here, how can we find the value of n? look at this one. This 30 is multiplied with this 1 over 3 raised to n minus 1. Here it is multiplication. So if I want to take this 30 to this side, it is supposed to be division. Okay. So here what we can write, 10 over 729. I'm going to divide this 30 here. So divided by, so is equal to 1 over 3 raised to n minus 1. So take your calculator and try to find the answer of this one. In your calculator, you will get the answer as 2001 over 2187. You can check in your calculator, is it correct or wrong. In your calculator, the answer for this one you will get as 1 over 2187 is equal to 1 over 3 raised to n minus 1. Okay. So here if the question is a standard question, it's a correct question, this 2187 also you can write as a power of 3, because here look at this one, 1 over 3. That means here also you can write something raised to 3 raised to something. Okay, so then you can equate the powers. So look at what I'm going to do. So check in your calculator, this 2187 is 3 raised to which number? 3 raised to which number is 2187? 3 raised to 7 is 2187. So 3 raised to 7 is equal to 1 over 3 raised to n minus 1. So now in this one, this 1 over 3 raised to 7 is the same as 1 over 3 raised to 1 over 3 the whole raised to 7 is equal to 1 over 3 raised to n minus 1. Look at this one once more. 1 over 3 raised to 7 is the same as 1 over 3 raised to 7. What is this 1 over 3 raised to 7? 1 raised to 7. 1 raised to 7 is 1. Okay, then 3 raised to 7, that is this one. Okay, so 1 over 3 raised to 7 is the same as 1 over 3 the whole raised to 7. So now look at the bases. On the left side, what is a base? 1 over 3. Right side, what is a base? 1 over 3. That means the bases are the same. So what is the meaning of that? What you studied in your class? If the bases are the same, you can equate the exponents. So if you equate the exponents, 7 is equal to n minus 1. So from here, how can you find n? Take this minus 1 to this side. That means 7 plus 1 is equal to n, or n is equal to 7 plus 1, that is 8. Okay, so this is how you can do this question. Then is there any other method? It's the same thing, but try to understand like this also. From this step, 1 over 2187 is equal to 1 over 3 raised to n minus 1. So this 2187 is the same as 3 raised to 7. Okay, so this 3 raised to 7 I can write as 3 raised to minus 7. Am I right? 1 over 3 raised to 7 is the same as 3 raised to minus 7. Okay, so is equal to, this 1 over 3 is the same as 3 raised to minus 1 the whole raised to n minus 1. Am I right? This 1 over 3, how can you write? 3 raised to minus 1, then the whole raised to n minus 1. So look at this one. This one is 1 over 3 raised to 7 is the same as 3 raised to minus 7, and 1 over 3 is the same as 3 raised to minus 1 the whole raised to n minus 1. So now try to multiply this one, expand this one. That means 3 raised to minus 7 is equal to minus 1 into n, that is minus n, minus 1 into minus 1, that is plus 1. So in this case also you can see that now the bases are the same. Am I right? Here the base is 3, here also the base is 3. Okay, so what is that one? Now we can equate the exponents. So equate the exponents. It implies that minus 7 is equal to minus n plus 1. Take this minus n to this side. So it is positive n is equal to, there is 1 here on the right side. Now take this minus 7 to that side. So it is plus 7. So there you can see that 1 plus 7 is equal to 8. So like this also you can do the same question. Okay. So here I made the base as 1 over 3. Okay. Or you can make the make it the base as 3 raised to 3 raised to. Same bases on both sides. Okay. Then also you will get the same answer. Okay. Now let's go to the next question, 2.1.2. 2.1.2. What is that question? Calculate 30 plus 10 plus 10 over 3 plus etc. So calculate 10 plus 10 over 3 plus 30 plus Okay, let's go to the next question. Question number 2.1.2. What is question number 2.1.2? Calculate 30 plus 10 plus 10 over 3 plus etc. Calculate 30 plus 10 plus 10 over 3 plus etc. You have to find the answer of that one. Okay. So here in this question, this is a series, 30 plus 10 plus 10 over 3 plus etc. Is there any last term? No, it is continuing indefinitely. Am I right? Okay. So it means that the question is to find the sum to infinity. Okay, because there is no limit here, there is no restriction, it is continuing. That means sum to infinity. Okay. So what is the formula to find the sum to infinity? What you studied in your class? To find the sum to infinity, the formula is a divided by 1 minus r. This is the formula that you studied in your class to find the sum of a geometric series to infinity. Okay. So what is a stands for? You know that it is the first term. And previous question, you know what is r now? A is first term, here it is 30. And what is the value of r in the previous question? We got 1 over 3. Okay. So just substitute the values. That's all. It's very easy. So sum to infinity, s infinity is equal to a divided by. So it is 30 divided by 1 minus r. 1 minus 1 over 3. Okay. So take your calculator and try to find the answer of this one. 30 divided by 1 minus 1 over 3. So you will get the answer in your calculator. You can pause the video and check in your calculator what is the answer. Okay. So it is 45. Now let's go to question number 2.2. What is question number 2.2? That's an interesting question. Derive a formula. Question number 2.2. Derive a formula for the sum of the first n terms of an arithmetic sequence. Sum of the first n terms of an arithmetic sequence. You already know what is the formula to find the sum of an n terms of an arithmetic sequence. What was that formula? Sn is equal to n over 2 into, do you remember this formula? 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula to find the sum of n terms of an arithmetic sequence. So here what you want to do in this question, look at that question once more. Derive a formula for the sum of the first n terms of an arithmetic sequence. If the first term of the sequence is a and common difference is d. So you have to derive this one. You have to show that how this formula comes, or how do you get this formula. Okay. So before I start this let me explain something like this. Look at this sequence. let's say 3, then 7, 11, 15, 19, etc. So you know that this is a arithmetic sequence. Why? We can find a common difference. First term is 3 plus 4 is common difference is 4 here, am I right? So 3 plus 4 7, 7 plus 4 11, 11 plus 4 15. It's going like that. Okay, so here the first term is 3, am I right? Okay, then the second term is 7. So let me write first term. Okay, let's write like that. Okay, I will explain what is that one. Okay, what is the second term? 7. So this 7 I can write like this: 3 plus 4. What is that 3 stands for? First term. And what is that 4 stands for? Common difference. We already said the common difference in this sequence is 4. So this is the first term, T1. This is the second term, T2. Now what is the third term in this sequence? 11. So look at how I am going to write: 3 plus 2 times 4. What is 2 times 4? 8. 8 plus 3, 11. Did you get the third term? Okay. Look at what I am going to write on fourth term. What is the fourth term? We know what is the fourth term. That is 15. And now look at how I am going to write that 15. 3 plus 3 into 4. What is 3 into 4? 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. Can you see how it's coming? Okay. Let's do one more. Fifth term. We know what is the fifth term. Here it is 19. So let's say fifth term is 19. Those who can understand this one, they can easily answer what I am going to write here. 3 plus fifth term, 4 into 4. What is 4 times 4? 16. 16 plus 3, 19. Can you see something here? If I want to write the sixth term, that is important. What is the sixth term? Plus 4, that means 23. Sixth term, next term is 23. Okay, so how can we write that one? 3 plus sixth term. So look at how I am going to write: 5 into 4. Can you see something here? Can you understand something here? It means that first term is fine. First term is T1, that is 3 as it is. Okay, look at the second term. How I wrote the second term? What is the second term here? 3 plus, what is this 3? That's the first term, into plus 4. So let me write like this: 1 times 4. Okay, second term is first term plus 1 times 4. What is this 4 stands for? Common difference. Third term. Okay, look at how I wrote 3 plus, what is this 3 stands for? First term, this one. Okay, plus 2 into, how do you get that 2? When you want to find the third term, you have to take 1 less than this one. So it is 2. 3 minus 1 is 2 into 4. What is this 4? It is D. Okay, so third term is 2 times 4. Look at the fourth term. You must get an idea how that one comes. What is this 3 stands for? First term, plus 3 into, how do you get this 3? Because you want to find the fourth term. Fourth term means 1 less. 1 less is 4 minus 1 is 3 times, what is this 4? D. So here you can see that these numbers are 1 less than this one. Am I right? So fourth term, first term plus 1 less than this one, 4 minus 1, 3 into common difference. Here the last numbers are always its common difference. These ones are first terms. Okay, so fifth term, look at this: first term plus 4 times common difference. Sixth term, first term plus 5 times common difference. So if I want to write one more term, T7, how can I write that one? What is a T7? 23 plus 4, 27. Okay, how can I write this T7? If you understand that one, first term plus, you want to find the 7th term. So 1 less, that means 6 into common difference. Common difference is 4. You understand? Okay. So etc, etc, etc. If I want to find the nth term, how can I find the nth term? So whatever here, 1 less, here it is n. So there what you want to write? 1 less, that means first term plus, first term let me write as a, okay, plus then 1 less than this one, that means n minus 1 into common difference. Do you know this one? This is how you got that formula to find the nth term of an arithmetic sequence, a plus n minus 1 into d. You know this formula, am I right? Okay. So what I am going to say is, first term is represented with a. Okay. So first term is represented with a. Second term, how I am going to write is a plus 1d. Okay, a second term I am going to write like this, a plus d. Okay, am I right? A plus 1d, that means a plus d. Okay, third term I am going to write a plus third term, so it is 2d. So third term I can write as a plus 2d. Third term means 1 less, that means 2d. Okay, fourth term, how can I write? A plus 1 less than this one, fourth term, that means a plus 3d. So fourth term is a plus 3d. Then fifth term, how can I write? A plus 1 less than this one, here it is fifth term, that means 1 less, that is 4. Okay, so 4d. Okay, so fifth term is a plus 4d, always it's like that. Okay, so if you understand that one, what is the third term? How can you write the third term? A plus 2d. What is the 50, for example, 58th term? How can you write? A plus 57d, 1 less than this one. 58th term means 1 less than this one. Okay, so how can you find the nth term? Tn. Same applies last term, a plus 1 less than this one. 1 less than means that n minus 1d. Okay, so what is the term just before this tn? Is it not the tn minus 1? Okay, the term just before this tn, the last term. Okay, that means second last term. So that is tn minus 1. So how can you write that one? A plus 1 less than this one. 1 less than that one means n minus 1 minus 1, that is n minus 2. Okay, so n minus 2d. So what is the third last or the third term from the last? How can you write that one? Tn minus 2. This is the last term, this is the second last term, this is the third last or a third from the last. Okay, so how can you write that one? A plus 1 less than this one, so it is n minus 2 minus 1, that means n minus 3, that means this is n minus 3d. Do you understand? Okay, so you know that if you want to find the sum, you have to add all these things, a plus d, a plus 2d. Okay, so look at what I'm going to write now. I want to find the sum of an arithmetic sequence. So I'm going to write the general equation like this. Listen very carefully this one. Sn is equal to, I want to find the sum of a arithmetic sequence generally. So you know that generally first term is a, second term how can you represent? A plus D. You understand? A plus D is the second term. Third term, how can you represent? A plus 2D. Then fourth term, A plus 3D. Okay, etc., 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 etc. Like that. What is the last term? A plus n minus 1 into D. Last term is A plus n minus 1 into D. So what is the second last term? This is the last term. So what is the second last term? 1 less than this one. That means A plus n minus 2 into D. Okay. So it's going like that. Now what I'm going to do is this Sn is equal to, so look at this one, A plus D second term, A plus 2D third term. This is the second last term and this one is the last term. Okay, so now I'm going to write once more this Sn. Okay, but at this time what I'm going to do is, if I add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, okay, that is the same as 4 plus 2 3 plus 2 plus 1. Am I right? Okay, so I'm going to write like this also. Okay, so this is how we wrote here on this one, A plus A plus D plus A plus 2D plus etc. plus A plus n minus 2D plus A plus n minus 1D. Okay, so now next Sn, what I am going to write is, I am going to write from there to this side, from the right to this side, like this. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, you can write like this also, 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, it's the same thing. Okay, so what is the last term? A plus n minus 1 into D plus, what is the second last term here? A plus n minus 2 into D plus, then etc. Now here A plus 2D plus, next one A plus D, then first one is plus A. So I wrote the same thing, but from in the second one I wrote it from the last. A plus n minus 1D I wrote it here, A plus n minus 2D, right, like that, up to this A. Look at this, A plus 2D, A plus D, A. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, I call this first one as equation number 1 and the second one as equation number 2. Okay, so let me write it here. This is my equation number 1 and this one is my equation number 2. Okay, so I'm going to add equation number 1 and equation number 2. Okay, so what is going to happen? So now listen very carefully. Equation number 1 plus equation number 2. So here when you add Sn plus Sn on the left side, Sn plus Sn is 2Sn. Okay, so it is 2Sn is equal to, now this one you have to be very careful. Okay, so we are supposed to add term by term, first term on this one plus first term on this one. Okay, so what is the first term here? A plus, okay, then first term on the second equation. What is the first term on the second equation here? A plus n minus 1 into D. Am I right? Okay, so A plus n minus 1 into D. So this A plus A is 2A. Okay, so 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Okay, so when you add the first term and this first term, you are getting 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Okay, so here I am going to write 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Okay, that is my first term plus. Okay, now what we are supposed to add second term of this one and the second term of this one. Okay, so what is the second term of this one? A plus D plus, what is the second term of this equation? Second equation, A plus n minus 2 into D. Okay, so look at this one. This A plus A is 2A plus this D, then if I expand this one, n into d is plus nd, minus 2 into d is minus 2d. Look at once more. This 2a, then d minus 2d. What is d minus 2d? It is minus d. Okay, so let me write this nd once more. Nd, then d minus 2d is minus d. So take a d as common factor from here. 2a plus, if you take a d as common factor, what is remaining? N minus 1. Okay, so it means that if you add the second term of this first equation and the second term of the second equation, okay, there also you are getting 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so there is another 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so same applies, you can try by yourself. Same applies that one. If I add this third term of the first equation and the third term of the second equation, you will get to the same one, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so when you get time, you can check that one. Okay, so now this one is continuing like this. This one is continuing. Now we can check the last term. Okay, so what is the last term? What is going to happen on the last term? What is the last term of the first equation? Look at this one, a plus n minus 1 into d. Last term of the first equation is a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, then last term of the second equation, that is plus a. Okay, so what is a plus a? There also it is 2a, then n minus 1 into d. That means last term, if you add the last term of the first equation and the last term of the second equation, there also you are getting 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So it means that it is continuing like this, and the last term is also 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so now look at this one. 2Sn is equal to 2a plus n minus 1 into d plus 2a plus n minus 1 into d plus etc. plus 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, how many terms are here? There are n terms, am I right? Okay, so it means that there are n 2a plus n minus 1 into d, n times. Okay, there are n 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so for example, look at this one, 2 plus 2 plus 2. I'm just giving an example. Okay, so 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. How many 2's are here? 4, am I right? Okay, so this one we can write like this also. There are, we know that there are 4 2's, so that is the same as 4 into 2. Am I right? 4 into 2 is 8. Okay, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 8. Okay, so if there are 4 2's, then we can write 4 into 2. Similarly, how many 2a plus n minus 1 into d are there? There are n 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So how can we write that one? 2Sn is equal to, there are n 2a plus n minus 1 into d are here in this one. Okay, so like this, there are 4 2's here, so how can we write? 4 times 2. There are n 2a plus n minus 1 into d, that means n into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so now we got an equation, 2Sn is equal to n into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so from that equation, what is this Sn? How can I find this Sn? You know, this 2 is multiplied with this one, so I have to take this 2 to the other side, so it is division. Okay, here it is multiplication, so on the other side it is division. So it means that this 2 will divide here, this 2 will divide here, then the remaining 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So you know this equation, Sn is equal to n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. What is that equation? That is the formula to find the sum of n terms of an arithmetic sequence, n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so that is question number 2.2. Look at question number 2.2 once more. What is that one? Derive a formula for the sum of the first n terms of an arithmetic sequence. So this is the formula to find the sum of n terms of an arithmetic sequence. Okay, so in addition to this one, let me explain something more here. So now we got a formula n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so here I am going to write the same formula here once more. Sn is equal to, what is our formula? N over 2 into 2a plus. So I am going to write that 2a as a plus a. You know, a plus a is 2a. Okay, so I am going to write like this: a plus a, that is 2a. Okay, plus what is remaining? N minus 1 into d. N minus 1 into d. So now look at very carefully. What is this a plus n minus 1 into d? Is it not the last term? Am I right? A plus n minus 1 into d, nth term or the last term. Okay, and what is this a stands for? First term. That means Sn is equal to n over 2 into this first term is a plus n minus 1 into d is the last term. Let me denote with a small letter l. Okay, so here we can see that you got another formula to find the sum of n terms. What is that formula? Sn is equal to n by 2 into first term plus last term. Okay, so it depends on the question. In some question paper you have to know what is the first term and the last term. So in that case you can use this formula n over 2 into a plus l, or if you don't know last term then you can use this formula. Both are the same thing. Okay, so Sn is equal to n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 d, or Sn is equal to n over 2 into a plus l. Okay, so that is question number 2.2. Now let's go to the next question. The first three terms of an arithmetic sequence are minus 1, 2 and 5. So the first three terms of an arithmetic sequence. So minus 1, 2 and 5. So in this question it is given that this one is an arithmetic sequence. So if it is an arithmetic sequence, of course there is a common difference. What is the common difference here? 2 minus minus 1. 2 minus minus 1 means 2 minus minus 1. That means 2 plus 1, that is 3. Okay, so here common difference is 3. 5 minus 2, that is also 3. Okay, so the common difference in this sequence is 3. What is the first question? 3.1. Question number 3.1. What is that question? Determine the nth term or Tn of the sequence. You have to find the nth term. It's a grade 10 question. Am I right? Okay, so what is the formula to find the nth term in an arithmetic sequence? You know that it is a plus n minus 1 into d. So Tn is equal to, you have to find the nth term, Tn. Okay, so a, what is a first term? A stands for the first term. So here in our sequence the first term is minus 1 plus nth term. So you don't want to substitute any values for n because you are trying to find the nth term. So leave it like that, n minus 1 into d. What is the common difference here? We got that it is 3. Okay, so now simplify this one. Tn is equal to minus 1, 3 into n is plus 3n, 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. So minus 1 minus 3, what is answer? Minus 4. So Tn is equal to 3n, this minus 1 and this minus 3 is minus 4. So what is the nth term now? Tn is equal to 3n minus 4. Okay, let's go to the next question. Question number 3.2. What is that question? Calculate T43. Oh, I don't think this one is a grade 12 question, standard question, because it's a straightforward question. What is the next question? You have to find a T43. That means you have to find the 43rd term. So you already know what is Tn. So how can you find the 43rd term? You have to substitute the value of n as 43. So 3 into 43 minus 4. What is 3 into 43? 9, 129 minus 4. That means 125. So the 43rd term is 125. Now let's go to the next question, question number 3.3. What is question number? Let's go to the next question. Question number 3.3. Evaluate. Question number 3.3. Evaluate sigma k is equal to 1 to n tk in terms of n. You have to find sigma k is equal to 1 to n tk in terms of n. So what is this sigma stands for? You know that sigma stands for the sum. So this is part of this of the same question, this -1 2 -1 comma 2 comma 5 comma etc. Okay, and you have to find the sum of the first n terms. That is the meaning of this one. Sigma stands for sum from where to where, from 1 to n. That means you have to find the sum of the first n terms. So that is why it is written there as in terms of n. So let me write like this, Sn, because we have to find the sum of first n terms. So that is the same as sigma k is equal to 1 to n tk. So first we have to T1, k, substitute the value of k as 1. That means T1. What is the first? T1 stands for the first term. What is the first term? -1. So this is the same as -1 plus, substitute the value of k as 2 now. So T2, that is the second term. Second term, what is the second term? 2. So it is plus 2 plus T3, that is 5 plus etc. You have to find the sum of the first n terms. Okay, so what is the formula to find the sum in an you know that this is an arithmetic sequence. So what is the formula? Sn is equal to n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So it is better to remember this formula like this without any mistake. Okay, or if you have any doubts when you write your exam, you can check the the formula sheet at the back. Okay, so anyway, this is the formula to find the sum of n terms in an arithmetic sequence. So here we have to find the sum of the first n terms. So we have to leave the value of n as it is. Okay, so it is n over 2 into a. So what is the first term? A stands for the first term. First term in this sequence is -1. So 2 into -1 plus, we have to leave n as it is because we have to find the sum of the first n terms. So it is n minus 1 into d. What is the common difference here? We already know that the common difference is 3. Okay, into 3. So now how can we write this? This is the same as n over Sn is equal to n over 2 into -1. 2 into -1 means -2. -2. Then expand this one. 3 times n. 3 times n is 3 n, and 3 times -1 is -3. So we can write 3 times n, that is 3n. 3 times -1 is -3. So what is Sn now? N over 2 into Let's write this 3n first. 3n minus 2 minus 3, that is minus 5. So now we can expand the bracket. So Sn is equal to n into n is n squared. So there is a 3 there. 3n square divided by 2. Then you have to multiply the second term also. N into minus 5, that is minus 5n divided by 2. So this is the answer. So look at the question once more. Evaluate sigma k is equal to 1 to n tk in terms of n. So what is the meaning of this sigma? Sigma stands for the sum. So here in this question we have to find the sum from 1 to n. That means sum of the first n terms. So we can denote the sum as Sn. Sn is equal to sigma k is equal to 1 to n tk. So what is, when you substitute the value of k as 1, what is that one? T1. T1 stands for the first term. So first term in the given sequence is minus 1. Then T2, that is second term, 2. T3, 5, etc. So in this series, you have to find the sum of the first n terms. So it means that you have to find the first sum of the first n terms. N terms means you have to leave the value of n as it is. Okay. So Sn is equal to, this is the formula to find the sum of the first n terms. So substitute the terms and finally we got Sn is equal to 3n squared divided by 2 minus 5n by 2. And that is the answer. Let's go to the next question. Question number 3.4. Okay. Question number 3.4. In that question, it is given that T11 is equal to 125. So it is given in the question that 11th term is 125. Okay. And what is the next bullet? Tn minus Tn minus 1, and it is given as 3n minus 4. So these are the two things given. 11th term is 125 and Tn minus 1 is equal to 3n minus 4. Now read that question once more from the beginning. A quadratic sequence with a general term Tn. So this one is a quadratic sequence with a general term Tn. Okay, has the following properties. So these are the two properties given. Okay, now what is the question? Determine the first term of the sequence. You have to find the first term of the sequence. Okay, so how many marks for this question? It's 6 marks. Am I right? So it means that it is clearly a level 4 type question. Okay, so determine the first term of the sequence. So let's leave that one. What is the nth term? How can we express the nth term of a quadratic sequence? Nth term is Tn. How can we express an square plus bn plus c? This is how you are expressing a quadratic sequence, nth term. Am I right? Tn is equal to an square plus bn plus c. So not related to this one, just for a recap, how can you express a nth term of an arithmetic sequence? Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the nth term of an arithmetic sequence. How can you express the nth term of a geometry sequence? Tn is equal to a into r raised to n minus 1. So I hope you remember this one. This is an arithmetic sequence. This is geometric sequence, and this is how you can express the nth term of a quadratic sequence. Okay, so now look at this expression. Tn is equal to an square plus bn plus c. So how can I find Tn minus 1? Look at this one, Tn minus 1. I'm going to try to find Tn minus 1. How can I find that one? When it is n, an square plus bn plus c. So when it is n minus 1, instead of this n, you have to substitute n minus 1. So look at how I am going to write a into n square. So here it is n minus 1. So n minus 1 the whole square plus b into n. So here it is b into n minus 1, because when it is n, here it is n. When it is n minus 1, here it is supposed to be n minus 1 plus c. Okay, so now look at what is given property. One property is like this: tn minus tn minus 1 is equal to 3n minus 4. Okay, so we know what is tn and tn minus 1. So I am going to write like that. So what is tn minus tn minus 1? So that is tn is an square plus bn plus c minus, you have to open a bracket, then tn minus 1. So you know that this is tn minus 1, am I right? So it is a into n minus 1 the whole square plus b into n minus 1 plus c. So that is our tn minus tn minus 1. Okay, so we have to expand the brackets and simplify that one. Okay, so how can we write this one now? This is equal to an square plus bn plus c minus, I am not going to touch the that bracket now. Okay, first let me expand this one. Okay, so a into, what is the expansion of this one? N minus 1 the whole square. Okay, so I am going to write the answer. If you want more explanation of that one, you must refer my algebra lessons. Okay, so n square minus 2n plus 1, the expansion of this n minus 1 the whole square. So it is n square minus 2n plus 1. Okay, then plus, expand this one, b into n is bn, expand this one, b into minus 1 is minus b, then plus c. Okay, so now you know, you have an idea what is the next step. So what is the next step? We have to expand this bracket, then we have to expand this bracket also. Okay, so look at an square plus bn plus c minus, I am not going to touch on this bracket now. Okay, after expanding this bracket, then we can expand this one. So it is a into n squared is an squared, a into minus 2n is minus 2an, a into 1 is plus a, so that one is finished. Then the remaining bn minus b plus c, then close that bracket. Okay, now what is the next step? We have to expand this square bracket. Okay, minus into an squared minus into minus 2an, like that. Okay, so write the next step. Next step is an square plus bn plus c, then expand this one, minus an squared, minus into minus is plus 2an, minus into plus a is minus a, minus into plus bn is minus bn, minus into minus b is plus b, minus into plus c is minus c. Now what is the next step? If there is anything to cancel, we can cancel. So look at this one, positive an squared, negative an squared minus an squared cancel. Then positive bn minus bn cancel. Anything else to cancel? Positive c minus c cancel. Anything else? That's all. Okay, so now what is remaining? 2an minus a plus b. Okay, so we can write that one. The balance is 2an minus a plus b, that is the remaining one. Okay, so actually what we are trying to find? We are trying to find tn minus tn minus 1. What is the expression we got? 2an minus a plus b, that is answer for tn minus tn minus 1. So here look at the question, what is given? Tn minus tn minus 1, in the question it is given that is 3n minus 4. So what is the meaning of that? What is our tn minus tn minus 1? That is what we got here. Okay, so it means that this one is the same as this one. It is given in the question that Tn minus 1 is 3n minus 4. So what is the answer for Tn minus 1? We got this one. So this is the same as this one. Okay. So before you ask the next one, next step, please write it down and try to understand. Okay. I am going to erase this one. Then I am going to continue from here. So don't forget that our Tn minus 1 is 2an minus a plus b. Okay. So what is the answer of Tn minus 1? We got 2an minus a plus b. Okay. So instead of this Tn minus 1, I can write this one 2an minus a plus b, and it is given in the question that is the same as 3n minus 4. Okay. So now compare these two. What you can see there? Look at this one. These 2an and this 3n. Okay. Then what else? Minus a plus b and this minus 4 are same. This is all it's the same format. Am I right? 2an 3n. So it means that this 2an is the same as 3n and this minus a plus b. This minus a plus b is the same as minus 4 and 2an is the same as this 3n. Okay. So let's write like that. 2an, what is the meaning of that? 2an is equal to 3n. So from here you can see that if I divide both the sides with the n, what is going to happen? This n and n cancel, n and n cancel. So what is the answer? 2a is equal to 3. So what is the value of a? 3 over 2. Okay. Now what is remaining? This minus a plus b is the same as minus 4. So minus a plus b is equal to minus 4. We already got what is a value for a. What is that one? 3 over 2. So substitute here. Minus value of a is 3 over 2 plus b is equal to minus 4. So from here what is the value of b? That is minus 4. This minus 3 over 2 to the other side. So it is plus 3 over 2. So b is equal to, take your calculator and try to find, minus 8 plus 3 minus 5 over 2. So the value of b is minus 5 over 2. So what is outstanding now? You know what is the expression, general expression for a quadratic sequence? Tn is equal to an square plus bn plus c. So now we got the value for a and value for b also. So what is outstanding? It's a c. Okay. So how can we find the value of c? Can you tell me how can you find the value of c now? So for that one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute the values that I know here, a and b. Okay. So please pause this video now and write it down. So I'm going to erase this one now. Okay. So what is our expression for Tn? Tn is equal to an square plus bn plus c. And now we know what is the value of a. A is 3 over 2. Okay. So I'm going to substitute 3 over 2 n square. What is the value of b? We got minus 5 over 2. So substitute here, minus 5 over 2 n plus c. So that is Tn. Now what is our aim? We have to find the value of this c. Okay. How can we find? Look at the given question. There is one more thing given. It is given that 11th term is 125. 11th term is 125. So it means that T11 T11, when I substitute the value of n as 11, that is 125. Am I right? Okay, so let me write it like this. T11 is equal to, when I substitute the value of n as 11, I must substitute here also. Okay, that means 3 over 2 into 11 square minus 5 over 2 into n, that is also 11 plus c. And what is given in the question T11, 11th term, it is given as 125. So it means that instead of this T11, I can write 125 is equal to 3 over, now you have to find this one in your calculator, 3 over 2, 11 square. Okay, I'm not going to simplify that one. You can find the answer in the calculator. 5 over 2 into 11 plus c. So from here, how can you find the value of c? Take all of this and leave that c there, positive c there, and take all of this one to this side. Okay, so how can we write c? This is c. So I'm going to take all of this one here. So it is 125. Take this one minus 3 over 2, 11 square. Take this one, this is minus. So this side it is plus 5 over 2 into 11. So take your calculator and try to find the answer of this one. So it implies, what's answer you are supposed to get? You can check in your calculator what is the answer. So you will get the answer as minus 29. Minus 29. That is the value of c. Okay, so when you use your calculator, you will get the value of c as minus 29. Okay, so now it's not finished yet. Okay, now we know what are the values of a, b and c. A is 3 over 2 and b is minus 5 over 2, and c now we got as minus 29. Okay, so now I'm going to write that equation once more. So please pause the video and write this one. Okay, so just substitute the values that we know now. A value of a is 3 over 2. Am I right? Yeah. So 3 over 2 n squared. Then value of b is minus 5 over 2 n. Value of c we got now as 29. Okay. So now what is the question? Look at the question once more. Determine the first term of the sequence. You have to find the first term of the sequence. So how can you find the first term now? You got an expression for Tn. So in that equation you have to substitute, in this equation you have to substitute the value of n as 1 to get the first term. So T1 is equal to 3 over 2 into n square, that is 1 square, minus 5 over 2 into n, that is 1 minus 29. So check in your calculator what is the answer for T1. T1 is equal to, in your calculator you will get the answer. So you are supposed to get minus 30. So it means that the first term of this condition is minus 30. So here we can see how many marks for this question. It is 6 marks. That's why you have to do all these steps. Okay, this is a level 7 type question. Okay, that's the end of this lesson. So continue watching on these lessons. This is part 2 of sequence and series. Now part 3. After this, after you finish this one, watch part 3. Okay, thank you.